1980s, we have Tom Waits and Kathleen Bren met in 1980 while filming the movie One from the Heart. Tom was working on the soundtrack, while Catherine was a scriptwriter. The pair collided in a project including Outsiders and the Cotton Club that Tom wrote in 1983. And you can stop me anytime you want to talk about any of these couples before we go on.
Well, I know we have next, of course. We have Johnny Cash and June Carter on the list, which, of course, it's interesting to see how you made mention about how there's the abusive relationships like Ike and Tina Turner, but there's on the other side, there's very few really equal relationships in music as equal as June and Johnny Cash. Mm-hmm. I mean, they obviously they sang so many duets all the time. An album of their duets was released later after their deaths, and it's just amazing how when you treat the other person as an equal to yourself, how much further you can get compared to otherwise. Yeah,
for sure. And I think these two are the first positive couples that I found so far. That I recognize anyway. Mm. Just say I recognize.
Yeah, because going down the list, it's like, there's a lot of them here, but a lot of them didn't really always end very well.
No, they didn't. Well, there's Sharon, there's Ozzy and Sharon. Mm-hmm. Now, those two...
Well, they're still together, obviously, and they're on a roll.
They've been on a roll ever since they met. And Sharon basically, her father was the manager of Ozzy, and they met at age 17. And when she came of age, she saw how her dad was running Ozzy's career, and so this time she's taking over. And she's been the front man, or front woman, sorry, of Ozzy's creativity. Not creativity, but behind his music. So even though they're the most oddest people in the music industry, or just the world itself, they're your example right there of a healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. So, and I love these two, regardless of what Ozzy's done in the past or whatever. But still, I love Ozzy. Ozzy's a really amazing musician.
Yeah, it's too bad he's this last album that he put out with Black Sabbath, I believe, is the very last Black Sabbath album that they're going to release. They're officially retiring, I think, after that album now.
Yeah, isn't it Ozzy's health not too good?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time in the industry for him, and a lot of partying and a lot of being the rock star, and it's taken a lot of toll. And when they had their show on the air, their reality show, he had that doctor that was over medicating him, and it caused him a lot of damage there too. Mm-hmm. And but I'm sure he's still got a lot of time left.
I hope so. Then Sharon, she just beat breast cancer too.
Mm-hmm. Big accomplishment, very big.
Oh yeah. Going down the list. Bikini Kills, Catherine Meany married Ed Rock from the Beastie Boys in 2006. I think I said her name right. The girl rock, punk rock met the rapper in Australia. Imagine that, Australia. While on tour, when we first met, starting getting out, there was this whole joke like, "Oh, you should start a TV show called Feminist and the Rapper," she said, and it would be all him always saying fucked up shit and always correcting him. Sorry, I swore on the air, but I was reading something, so it doesn't count.
Well, there's your one. You get one.
Yeah, exactly. There you
go. Oh wait. Floyd from Super Geek League said you get 5, right?
Yes, 5. I think he passed that limit last week. And this is right. The next one here that I am reading is very, very shocking. People probably in the chat room probably don't want to read along too. So hang on a minute. Let me copy and paste, because the next one is as shocking with me. I never knew that Madonna and Vanilla Ice dated.
Yeah, that was one of those kind of like odd little, like you didn't really see coming, and it really didn't last long enough to make big headline news, I don't think.
Yeah, well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. I'm like, what? Really? Donna? Dude.
That probably happens a lot more in the industry than we hear about sometimes, just because these people are at the top of their game during the times that they're of their careers, and they meet and they have parties and things like that, and it probably happens a lot more often than we think it does.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm just like, really? Madonna? Vanilla Ice? Really? What? I'm sorry. I'm getting carried away with that what? And of course, the last but not least, the most famous one of them all, Tina and Ike, married in 1958, before having his like river deep, mountain high, proud Mary, Nutbush City, winning a Grammy in 1972 despite their successful working career. They parted as turmoils a relationship. Tina wrote Ike abusing her autobiography, What Love's Got to Do with It.
It's funny because it's getting back with that and kind of reconciling with the topic and everything. He would always say that without him, then she wouldn't be where she was, and she wouldn't be successful and all this other stuff. And so from his perspective, he kind of justified everything that he did for the sake of making her a star, making her famous. But then you got to think, well, was it worth it?
Yeah.
And if you would have asked her, people did ask her afterwards, and I'm sure she said no. But at least afterwards, she was able to say, "This is me now, and this is how I got out, and this is where things are."
Yeah.
And she was able to write things more from a more positive perspective.
And now she's also now a power woman that she got out of an abusive relationship, and she skyrocketed even further with her career without Ike.
Yeah. Although it did kind of take its toll, though, because, I mean, she did end up, and she did end up taking her life, I believe. When was it? I can't remember the year exactly now, but it's that kind of stuff. It'll stick with you. It'll haunt you.
What, she passed away?
I believe so. Was that?
I don't think so. I think she's still kicking.
Is she?
Oh, we got to take a little small break, and we got to research that one.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, let me go play a music girl, guys, and then we're going to research that one, because I thought she was still kicking. Because...
no, I had her confused with Yep, I had her confused with someone else.
Okay. All right.
Someone in a similar situation.
Well, then who? Okay, let me take a break. We'll talk about that one real quick, so I'll know who we were talking about. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. Here is Garth Adam. Here we are.
So here we are, a world apart. We cannot see the other side, but now and then I find a smile. I want to feel my soul revive. And now, when everything's so cold, it's time to be a little bold. We've come this far, and we are never going back. So here we are. Far, and we are never inside our hearts. And now, when everything's so cold, it's time to be a little bold. We've come this far, and we're never going back. So here we are. We've come this far, and we're never going back. So here we are. We've come too far, and we are never going back. So here we are. We've come too far, and we are never going back. So here we are. We've come too far, and we are never going back.
Garth Adam, here we are. Shows, he's Spider.
I
And
am.
yes, we are.
And I will correct what I said a few minutes ago. Tina Turner is still alive.
Thank God.
That's.
Yeah, so who were you mistaking with?
I was thinking of another iconic singer, very very similar. I was thinking of Whitney Houston, who passed on from drug use, and doing a little bit of research to make sure that I'm actually aware of what I was talking about this time, because I thought it was the last time and I wasn't. But the Whitney had a lot of problems towards the end with her husband and then ex-husband Bobby Brown, as far as drug use and things goes. And that's another thing that circling back to our topic is that people sometimes use these things. They use like drugs, or they'll use substances to keep the other person controlled too, and keep that other person thinking they're having some kind of a good time when maybe they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a more of an addiction, like they can't leave because they're addicted to what this person is providing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was going back to my second relationship that I left. It was hard for me because there were kids involved, and I fell in love with the kids. And I didn't want to leave for the kids, but they weren't mine. So that's what my second one had for me, because I wanted a family. So, yeah, I understand that one too well. And more on Tina Turner. After she divorced from Ike, she rebuilt her career through her live performance. In the early 1980s, she launched a major comeback with another string of hits, starting